Hey guys! It's been a while and we haven't posted podcasts or covers or releases. We just did a lot of things last year and I felt like it would be good to just rest properly and recover before going into it. Now we're ready and we're back. Before we tell you about anything new and we share with you new projects, I, together with the morning folk, just want to do a little recap on what happened last year for Borrowed Rooms. So I pulled up my slides. So baliktad siya, no? The title is What Happened Last Year? So last year, the happened is What Happened Last Year? I'm happy to report that last year we did 2 song releases on Spotify, 6 shows, 5 podcast episodes, 1 song cover up on YouTube, 1 free flow worship up on YouTube. Those were a lot of things. And we had to plan for most of them extensively since I'm not like a very organized admin person. I like to thank the morning folk, especially Rhea, for scheduling everything. We would not have survived if not for your organizing skill. So let's get on it. The first release that we did last year was The Rest of Me. We released it on August 8th. Still one of my most favorite releases. So please stream it on Spotify. Okay? Okay, okay. Yeah. After releasing The Rest of Me, we did an impromptu release gig at Manila Middle Ground. What I mean by impromptu is, hindi namin masyadong pinlano. Or we didn't have much time to market it. We didn't even do pre-registration because I was like, oh, it could be just like a casual gig. Basta magawan lang natin ng event. Parang maingay lang para sa pag-release ng music. And that did not go very well. So we learned the lessons. We did a little feedbacking system. But yeah, let's just take a while to appreciate the beautiful poster by Gab. Grabe, ang galing talaga ni Gab. So this was the Rest of Me gig. We recorded most of the songs. I initially really wanted Manila Middle Ground because I wanted NPR/Tiny Desk vibe. Tapos gusto ko din sanang i-record yung content, which we did though, and we uploaded it. Kaso lang, there was something that happened in the recording. Parang yung USB ata or na-corrupt ata yung file. So we just posted the raw file, the raw video, that the footage that Nelson got. We had 2 guests, Isa and Lani. They're amazing. You should also follow them on Spotify and stream their songs. Since umulan siya and medyo nagka-problema with parking, walang masyadong taong pumunta. Ayun, parang dun ko na-realize na, yeah, we should do a pre-registration thingy. Para lang hindi masayang yung effort din ng team and everybody. But these were the people who went. Thank you guys again. Special shout out to Manila Middle Ground for being amazing, accommodating guests. Hosts pala. Our second release last year was 100 Falls. I sang and Zach Yukinko produced it. We did a little photo shoot in Cafe Dalisay, something like that. I will confirm. So after releasing 100 Falls on Spotify and on streaming platforms, we also scheduled a release party sa Manila Middle Ground pa rin. So this time, we applied the lessons that we learned from the first release gig. Also a lovely poster, by the way. Thank you so much, Gab. And Tin took the photos. Thank you, Tin. We had guests Chelly and Francis. This one, I was so captured by Francis's songwriting and sincerity, and Chelly's just artistry. She's amazing. These were the people who went. For this one, mas marami na din talagang tao because we also fixed the chairs. Parang nung first, wala pang chairs eh. This time, we also did a pre-registration thingy. Mas organized, and we knew how many people would go already in terms of numbers, although I don't like to think about numbers so much, just to respect and honor everybody's efforts also. We have to be mindful of I've learned like not make it the point of everything. It's a dance. The pictures were gorgeous because Ina went and took all the photos. Thank you, Ina. Okay. So after the uy. Ay, wait lang. So after the 2 release parties, we also announced, nag-big reveal kami ng Borrowed Rooms. Vanya and Borrowed Rooms. And we had 4 locations. The first one was in Makati, and then Davao, Cebu, and the last one would be in Baguio. So for borrowed rooms naman, honestly, wala talaga akong plano magkaroon ng parang maliit na tour kasi kakabalik ko lang, 'di ba, doing music full time. So it was like baby steps. But it turns out, I guess, when you honor the call that the Lord is inviting you into, He honors your efforts too. And He's like, here is my abundance, my daughter. Borrowed rooms is really where I experience God being like an intense girl dad, providing for us, organizing everything, just arranging everything to be so beautiful. Next slide. Let me just scratch my nose first. First borrowed room was in Cattery. Kaya ko pa ba? Kakayanin ko. These are the pictures! Oh my gosh! This was such a joyful night. As in, people were so receptive. Nagulat kami na maraming tao. So Miguel was there. Isa was there also. I think it's also the combination of a full band and a place with really good sound like Cattery. Kasi kahit maliit lang siya, quality din yung mga gamit nila. 10 over 10 Cattery. And I don't know, just the guys in the band that night, we were just enjoying. I think everybody felt it too, and everybody just wanted to let their hair down. This was one for the books. And the next one is Davao. I think I've told you about Davao Borrowed Room, the adventure of the Davao Borrowed Room in one of the vlogs that I did last year. Inedit ko yun, guys, so panoorin nyo na lang yun. This one, I'm really, really grateful and thankful that my friends were there to help me pivot to all the changes kasi marami kaming ginawang last minute changes kasi nga nag-earthquake. So instead of 2 gigs, we did 1 gig and we had to reorganize everything. We also did a pre-registration thing kaya parang medyo thankful na lang din kami na the people were so graceful about ticketing and about refunding and all of those things. Thank you, Lord. We also invited amazing artists. Oh, to be young and talented songwriters. The next borrowed room we did was in Cebu. This one was a beauty of its own. Let me just scratch my nose. Can you hear it? No. Okay, never mind. The Cebu borrowed rooms was a beauty of its own. Look at it. Look at it. Also, the pictures, if it's not clear here, the pictures are on my Instagram. We did a morning gig for this one. We did a brunch gig. Because the spring is so beautiful. And when we were planning the gig, iniisip ko, it would look so beautiful in the pictures if we did a morning gig because the spring really looks so beautiful in the morning. Look at that. Yeah, and the artists that we invited, si Martin and Jericho, look at them. They're so blooming. They're so good also. Special thanks to Marby for helping us with registration and merch and everything. And Elle also, the most amazing Cebu guest. So yeah, Cebu was amazing. Cebu, it was a pleasant surprise, I think, because coming from Davao, I was trying to prepare myself for like emergencies and like things not going well. And before Cebu kasi, ang dami din naming struggles. When I arrived in Cebu with Kukoy, parang my body was on like alert mode. But everyone was just so welcoming and so helpful and just so happy na parang nag-relax na lang din yung nervous system ko. And we really just got to enjoy the beauty of the moment that was created there. Minsan, pag tinatanong ng mga tao na, oh, saan yung favorite mo na borrowed rooms? I really can't say. Because iba-iba talaga siyang kaganapan. And everything, like each borrowed room was beautiful on its own. Had its own unique beauty pala, parang ganun. Okay, so the last borrowed room that we did was in Baguio. This one, oh my golly. This was so pretty too. The pictures here don't do justice to it. So you can just go to my Instagram and look at the pictures also. But, oh, hold on. Wala yung isa scratch yung ilong ko. Ano meaning pag makati yung ilong? Ma-aching ka na ba? Ganun. This one, Baguio, was an adventure. So we invited guest artists like Pepe and Mark J. But we also asked some of our friends like si Kuya Jimmy and Ajan to sing. We did like a mini open mic before the gig started. I just wanted to say that like even this one, yung Baguio na borrowed rooms, there was gonna be a super typhoon 2 days after the scheduled borrowed room. And I was just telling the Lord, Lord, gusto mo ba talaga tong mangyari? Bakit sinusundan kami ng kalamidad? But I guess when I was talking to the Lord and I was trying my best to listen to what the Lord was trying to tell me. So I liken this borrowed rooms thing to a mission trip. And you know how when you go on mission, there will be disturbances, you know? There will be things to test your persistence or your heart for the mission. And every time we would encounter challenges or struggles, there would always be answers too right away. I could not help but think it's also part of the graces that Our Lady is showering on us, because I have never prayed so hard in my life than when we were doing borrowed rooms. Girl, I think I'm gonna end with the two things that I have learned for borrowed rooms. Number one is, as a reluctant artist, doing borrowed rooms really gave me answers to the two questions that I've always held in my heart out of fear. So the first question that I always had in my heart was that if I pursue this thing, music thing, this mainstream thing outside of the church as an ex youth missionary, it might not help me with my holiness, because I want to be holy. I want to continue to pursue God. I want to continue to grow in virtue. But I feel like she's already bored. I feel like doing this might not help me be on that path. And I was wrong. Sinasabi ko sa mga kaibigan ko na parang when I was doing borrowed rooms, siguro yun yung time na pinaka-prayerful ako. As in, because things were so uncertain and it was too big. It was bigger than what I had imagined, or I feel like it was too big for my own strength. I could not help but go to the Adoration Chapel every day and pray the rosary and ask for help, ask for strength from heaven. Oh, Maria. Ah. Yeah, so 10 over 10 would recommend pursuing the dreams that God had placed in your heart, because it would lead you also. If God was the one who planted those seeds, it would lead the pursuit of that dream would lead you closer to God's heart too, and to would cause you to become more holy and to grow in virtue also. So the second fear that I have going into this or going full time is that ang daming lamok. Anyway, no. Help! Somebody help her. So the second thing is I was always scared that if I do this full time and I would front my name, Vanya and borrowed rooms, Vanya, blah 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 blah, and I would create my own merch and like, create a little community around the music. I fear that I would just become selfish and I would just make it about myself. And I'm the only person who will benefit from this. I don't know why I fear that, but that was a very real fear in my heart. But because of this whole thing, I realized that I was wrong again. It's so good to be wrong. Because habang ginagawa yung borrowed rooms, of course I needed help. Specifically for my friends. So for my friends who were just starting to learn how to take pictures, edit, and all those things, I got to lean on on their talent and their potential. And I got to witness them grow also as I was growing in my craft as an artist. What happened was kind of the reverse. Me insisting on doing the music thing and doing this whole borrowed rooms thing encouraged other people around us to also pursue the call that God was inviting them into. Some of the people that we did borrowed rooms with, we invited them to sing. Some of them we invited them to do what they're good at. And at the end of it all, they would just tell us that they would have a realization, I should do this again. Or, you know what? I should once and for all do something about it. And hearing that for me was like, that's the thing. That's it. I really don't. Who's a crybaby? I am. I really don't care about like getting famous so much or like being known for my music. Although I think that's part of whatever this is. I just really want to sing and write music and create and help other people grow with me and move towards the dream that God has placed in my heart with other dreamers also, in the hope of like together finding out that yeah, there's a reason why God called us to do this, and it's to live meaningful lives. It's for us to experience the purest of joys, not in isolation but together. This was the biggest plot twist I had probably for 2025. One of. There were other plot twists too. But for 2025, this is really an amazing gift from God to go through everything. Oh my gosh. We panicked, went through intense anxiety, went through extreme joy when problems were solved, and especially when we saw God's hand in it and how God rescued us, through the people and through just some miraculous stuff too, that I cannot disclose. But thank you for sharing this with us. And we don't know what this year is going to look like, but we have plans and they're looking very, very exciting. Yeah, we'll see you in the shows or here online or at the feast or wherever. Thank you again for supporting us and for just helping us do this thing that makes us happy and helps us come closer to the Lord and helps us get to know the love of the Lord more and the power of the Lord even more. Yun lang. How do you end this? Okay, bye.